World War II was the deadliest conflict in human history. But behind the battles and beyond the front lines lurked a darker, stranger war fought not just with guns and tanks, but in laboratories, secret bunkers, and hidden mountain facilities. The Nazis dreamed of weapons that could win them the world. Jets that defied gravity, missiles that could strike across continents, death rays, occult science, and maybe even a machine that traveled through time. Welcome to the Nazis' secret weapons. The dark history of World War II, a story of ambition, terror, and technology shrouded in mystery. In this video, we'll explore the terrifying weapons Nazi Germany actually built, the bizarre projects whispered about in the shadows, and the dark legacy these experiments left behind, many of which still haunt us today. The Nazis called them Wunderwaffe, wonder weapons. Germany, by the mid-1940s, was facing near defeat. But Hitler and his closest scientists believed miracle weapons could still turn the tide. Some of these wonder weapons were very real. Others remain covered in rumor, conspiracy, and legend. The first was the V-1 flying bomb, known as the Buzz Bomb. It was the world's first cruise missile, infamous for its buzzing engine and terrifying impact on London. Even more devastating was the V-2 rocket, the world's first long-range ballistic missile. It was so advanced that its technology eventually paved the way for NASA's space program. But there was a dark cost. These rockets were built using concentration camp slave labor at Mittelbau-Dora, where thousands of prisoners died in horrific conditions. The Nazis also brought jets to war before anyone else. The Me-262 jet fighter, nicknamed the Swallow, was twice the speed of Allied fighters. If it had been deployed sooner, it could have completely changed the skies. Even more bizarre was the Horton Ho 229, the first true flying wing aircraft. Its sleek design looks disturbingly like the stealth bombers created decades later. Allied pilots described it as a dark shadow gliding silently above them, almost alien in its design. But Nazi Germany wasn't just building weapons of steel. They ventured into pseudoscience, human experiments, and even the occult. Nazi doctors experimented with freezing, high-altitude exposure, poisons, and surgical horrors inside the camps. Thousands of prisoners were tortured in the name of science. Heinrich Himmler's SS divisions were obsessed with ancient runes, myths, rituals, and the idea of tapping into supernatural forces to shape the war. Some researchers believe this obsession spilled into weapons projects. That brings us to one of the most infamous legends of all, Die Glocke, or the Nazi bell. According to accounts, the bell was a massive metallic device, shaped like a bell, and filled with a glowing liquid called Serum 525. When activated, it emitted dangerous radiation, killed plants and animals nearby, and left witnesses terrified. It was code named Chronos, the Greek word for time. Some claim it was an experiment with time travel, or even a gateway into another dimension. Eyewitnesses in Poland reported seeing strange lights in the sky where it was tested. Guards and scientists died mysteriously around it. Then, like many Nazi projects, it simply vanished when the Third Reich collapsed. Some claim it was smuggled to South America. Others argue it was seized by the United States under Operation Paperclip. Even stranger, over 20 years later, in 1965, a bell-shaped craft reportedly crashed in Kecksburg, Pennsylvania. Witnesses described an object eerily similar to the Nazi bell being removed under military guard. Was it coincidence? Or had Hitler's bell resurfaced across the ocean? And it wasn't the only strange Nazi plan. Historians uncovered Hitler's obsession with superweapons that sound like pure science fiction. The sun gun, a space-based satellite mirror meant to burn cities with concentrated sunlight. The America bomber, long-range jets designed to bomb New York directly from Europe. And the mysterious Foo Fighters, glowing orbs reported by pilots from both sides of the war. Were they experimental Nazi craft, hallucinations under battle stress, or something else entirely? As incredible as these stories sound, one fact is undeniable. Behind every Nazi miracle weapon was a nightmare of human suffering. The rockets and jets that shaped modern aviation were built by tens of thousands of slave laborers. Over 20,000 died in the secret rocket factories, their bodies buried in shallow graves. These weren't just wonder weapons. They were weapons forged in blood. And after the war, the knowledge didn't vanish, it was absorbed. Under Operation Paperclip, Nazi scientists were secretly recruited by the United States. Men who once built weapons for Hitler ended up shaping rockets for NASA, aircraft for the Cold War, and technologies that still influence the world today. The Soviet Union pursued the same path, seizing Nazi specialists and research for their own weapons programs. In many ways, Nazi science created the foundations of the Cold War arms race. So how much of this was real, and how much was propaganda? The V weapons and German jets were absolutely real. The Sun gun and Die Glocke are harder to prove, and many remain skeptical. But whether fact or legend, the pursuit of these weapons revealed something chilling. Just how far human cruelty, desperation, and imagination can go in the name of war. The Nazis' secret weapons remind us of a dark truth. Many of the innovations that shape our world today grew out of some of the worst tragedies of history. Some of these weapons revolutionized science. Others remain shadowy myths. And some, perhaps, are still locked away in secret vaults, waiting for the future to reveal them. So what do you believe? Were the Nazis truly on the brink of creating world-changing superweapons? Or are these stories just haunting myths born from the ashes of war? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you'd like to uncover more haunted and hidden truths of history, subscribe to Ghosts of War and History, because the past refuses to stay buried.